Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and I have no idea what's going on with my life or with my hair. I mean seriously, I've been trying to fix it for ages but it gets kind of stuck and this is what happens. Give me a moment or so, will you?
6.5 hours later. 3 weeks later.
That's better, but still not great. I mean, just look at it. Never mind, I'll sort out my vanity later. I've been gone for a little while. Sorry about that. Truth be told, this was not planned at all. And it's not because I had a depressive episode and had to deal with that. I've been mentally pretty good. There were a few down days, but everybody has those. No, the first week off, I was ill and, well, you wouldn't have wanted to see me on camera during that week. It was messy. Just no. Then I tried to film things for the second week, and I hated them, so I tried again. Still didn't like them, but I was going to upload them anyway, and then I had computer problems, which I have now fixed. But I was ill again on Tuesday, and I ended up having to decorate the kitchen downstairs. I was covered in red paint, mostly. Well, not much red paint, only a little bit of red paint. It was mostly silver feather, whatever that means. Sorry, back on topic. Whatever, I'm back now, and hopefully I'm here to stay. There shouldn't be any major disappearances. I'm working on a few projects, and words are really not my thing right now. And now we've gotten my not-so apology out of the way, I'm going to be very quick because I have a few cakes in the oven. I'm doing 4 birthday cakes. I have a large family, several birthdays in August. It's just easier to do the parties all at once. So we're going to the Bebecue because my last name is Bebbington, get it? There are a whole bunch of jokes like that get done many times, and the nicknames never ever stop. Quite annoying really, but you have to live with them, because apparently strangling people is not acceptable nowadays. I don't get it myself, but what can you do? Did I mention this TBR was the books I plan to read before I go back to university? Well, if I didn't, they are. Oh, and before you ask, none of these are course texts, they're just things I want to read for fun. I mean, I've already sat the year once, I'm resitting it, but I did read the materials, most of them. Except for one, because I absolutely hated the bastard and I had to stop. But for the most part, I do actually know what to expect, so there's no big deal. Instead then, I have this massive... Oh shit, it's falling over. Fuck. Bugger! Dropped a book on my foot. Let's try that again. This is not going to end well, is it? Please don't fall again. Fuck! Okay, that'll do. Ow. Well, that suffices. It's a lot of books. Let's just go through them so I can put the fuckers down. There is A Slice of the Moon by Sandy Toksvig, purely because A, I like Sandy Toksvig as a comedian and I think she's pretty funny and pretty smart, and the cover is very pretty. I mean, just look at it. I have very little idea what it's about. It seems to involve an Irish family travelling to America, so I'm up for that. Whatever, I look forward to it, just because it's pretty. Plus, anybody whose other book is called Hitler's Canary probably has something going on there that could be a little interesting. There is Candide by Voltaire, which should, if nothing else, serve to be a fun read. It's essentially... how to describe Candide? It is an 18th century satire of, well, practically everything, and an adventure of massive scale. Someone who travels the entire world, gets into ridiculous adventures, and just takes the piss out of everything that has ever been. I'm up for that. I also plan to revisit some old favourites and something new, because I have already read The Knife of Never Letting Go and The Ask and the Answer by Patrick Ness, but I have never read Monsters of Men, the third and final book in the series. The first two I thought were good, and the second one was particularly interesting because it's so morally grey in how it happens, and the villain, May Apprentice, is amazing. But I never picked up the third one. I wasn't a big fan of the writing style then, but I have now explored a wider variety of writing styles, so I figured I'd give it a go. trying to read a series like this when you're, what, 10 years old is probably not the best idea. There are also 2 books that I read earlier on in the year, but I plan to reread simply because with books for personal reading, I like to read them once for enjoyment and then the second time for analysis to get greater understanding of them. That's not to say that I read too quickly and miss things the first time I read them. I don't. I just don't sit there with a notebook and say that this literary device is being used on page 394. It's just enjoyment then study, and I've already enjoyed them once. Time to sit down and really decide what I feel about them. There is The House of Silk by Anthony Horowitz, which is a Sherlock Holmes story, just not written by Arthur Conan Doyle. Obviously it's Anthony Horowitz, and I like Sherlock Holmes, and I'm not opposed to Anthony Horowitz. I've heard good things, and it was a Christmas present years ago that I never got around to reading, so I figured I'd have to give it a try. I'm still planning to work on Magnus Chase and the Sword of Summer by Rick Riordan, but I don't have high hopes for this. Norse mythology was one that I really did not care for when I was younger, and I'm not too fussed about it now. It has grown on me, what with the Marvel films, of course, but I prefer something with a little more, I don't know, divinity in it. To me, the Norse gods just seem a little too human. They die, for one thing, and I don't like that. But I'm up for trying something, and I enjoyed Percy Jackson, though from what I have read of this so far, I may just be a little too old for it now. It's trying very hard to recapture the feeling of Percy Jackson, and the target audience for those books is, for the most part, an 11-year-old boy with ADHD. I am not an 11-year-old boy with ADHD. On a similar note, a book from another of my favourite authors, Demon Road by Derek Landy, author of the Schooldery Pleasant series, which, if you have read, then you might understand why I'm excited for it. I very much enjoy a dark fantasy and an almost scientific way of looking at the executions of magic, and this is apparently very, very good, although I don't know how scientific it is. And oh, this is why I'm not fond of library books sometimes. Sometimes they're in excellent condition, and other times they have pages that fall out. Marvellous. And that's it. I have to go downstairs now before the chocolate cake burns, so I shall see you, well, what day is it today? Very, very soon. Chatty bye, dearies. Boop.